Hello, let's continue Disco Elysium. Last time we learned about the Pale, and that was very mind-boggling, and still not sure about what to think about that, so I think for now I should continue investigating, searching for clues, and I think I will start by checking those curtains. Also, I must mention that I turned off my microphone sound suppression, and I wasn't very happy with how it sounded in last episode. I think it was muffling me too much, so let's try playing without it again. And if I can hear my PC buzzing, then yeah, I guess I have to turn it on again. Let's see.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
For now, this NPC is the most annoying one. She is more annoying than Kuno, in my opinion. Okay, she doesn't talk about her curtains. What if I want to buy a book?
Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go, go! Get back there. The books await you.
Okay, I will take another look then.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
What? What? You don't want me buying books? I thought before she was acting like, don't read too much, this isn't free, you have to pay. But now she's saying the opposite. What the hell? I'm fucking checking those curtains. I don't care.
The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Pull open the curtains.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her hand has closed around her pendant, her fingers nervously playing with the talisman.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
This is about the curse, that's why you are afraid. Ma'am, this is different. I am a police officer. I need to get in there. But I sense this place calling for me. I must investigate beyond the threshold. I don't care. You can't stop me. I will open them. Alright, I will think about it for a while.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there.
She stops abruptly as her hand flies over her mouth, baffled by her own bluntness.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
I don't care.
No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before...
Okay, you better tell me the truth then.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime.
Why are you so
Romance,
uptight
and
about those
Biographies of
curtains?
Famous
I just
People.
want to know what is on the other side.
I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books.
She recites it like it's a poem, or like she's playing a role she's grown tired of.
Why are you still talking about books? Are you trying to put a spell on me? If it's just a storage room, then why does it have a Seminese word protecting it? If it's just a storage room, then it wouldn't hurt if I just peeked inside. It's not like it's cursed, right?
It's just for decoration.
She wavers under your gaze, mouth pressed into a tight-lipped smile, then something breaks.
Okay, fine. It's because this place is cursed. Just like Annette said, they don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
She closes her eyes and starts mumbling something to her pendant. How does this curse manifest itself?
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation.
A shiver runs through the woman as she looks around the dimly lit store. Are you talking about prions that Joyce was talking about last time?
It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
She peers at the curtains again.
Didn't that curtain just move?
I didn't see that. Okay, I am a little confused. What does that mean? Annette mentioned that the previous tenants have experienced some financial troubles. Wait, that's it? I was hoping for something more paranatural.
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons, feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Sounds familiar.
Strange, I feel unwanted too. What does that mean? Don't mention it.
She nudges her glasses, anxious and tense.
Have you sought help from anyone?
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists, and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards.
She dots at the strange cage-like trinket on the curtains.
The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building, even though now I fear it's not enough.
Is your pendant part of the wards as well?
Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books. There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
Desert pygmy shamans. That sounds like a rather questionable way to describe a group of people. Doesn't seem like the spell is working. There are no customers around except you.
Honestly, it seems like this pendant thing is a scam. You could be doing so much more. There are hardly any customers in the store. Do you think it's really working?
Sir, I am well educated in the commercial and esoteric arts. I know what to do and what to avoid.
Have you ever thought about a sale? Maybe this could lure in some customers. I'm only trying to help. What about some neon signs and blinking lights? You could try to be friendlier with the customers. Maybe you should try reconceptualize your business. Martinez doesn't like the best place for a bookshop. I approve of you selling books. I don't think science would help. Yeah, I think your attitude is a problem.
My voice is trained to perfection by true sales professionals, good sir. I paid good money for those courses. Too much money, even. Perhaps I should have bought some wards instead.
Why didn't you just tell me right away it's curse?
It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism, it's dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them.
Wow. Void raves. You have new words.
Would you like me to take the case? I could investigate, see if the curse is real.
Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective.
Nice. My drama finally being useful again. Okay, -1, I gave smartass parenting advice. Okay, so you can see that this check requires 11 drama, and currently I think it was what? Okay, it's 10. This check is medium difficulty, so if I encounter check that is legendary or whatever it was called, I think I would need higher drama still, so I guess I still should maximize my drama just in case. Convince her to let you investigate the doomed commercial area.
Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Wait, what if I don't want to lie? Ma'am, I came here to help. I have handled paranatural situations before.
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before.
I sense the psychic emanations from afar. The sleeper beyond calls out. I have returned from the void, a para-detective from a long line of para-detectives. That one doesn't sound that convincing.
I'm not sure I can trust your claims. Honestly, you look like a bit of a drinker. I'm sorry for being so blunt, but...
The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook. Go ahead then. Rock her world, he thinks. I'll compose some notes.
I admit I have had my share of drinks, but only because the spectral realm is parapsychologically taxing. You see, it's necessary to drink the spirits in order to contact the void.
How do you know all this?
Here we go.
Your words brought me here in the first place. The Semine's blood also runs through me. I am the Void Revenant. I have the powers to debat all the bad energies.
I should have realized. A pattern lies within the fabric. The hand of fate guides us. Our meeting couldn't have been mere chance.
Perhaps you truly are the one to deliver this woman from the doom.
But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us.
No problem whatsoever. Your family is safe. The phantoms are no match for me. Just ask my partner Kim. He will vouch for me. The lieutenant mumbles in minor confusion. He has not been listening closely enough. You have put him on the spot.
Certainly so, ma'am. I can assure you my partner is eminent in this particular field.
If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it?
A hand on your heart. On my honor. Actually, I'm not really feeling the vibe anymore. The psychic force has left me.
Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
Of course, the entity. For I have sensed its presence.
You have? The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney?
Chimney, the passage between heaven and hell. Of course.
Yes, that chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. What you discover in there.
Unbelievable darkness and ruin. What you discover? Probably just some office space. Don't be scared.
Okay. Good talk. Now we can legally check this place. Maybe it will lead to that apartment building. I saw that in the place where Cindy is living, there was a closed
You see a set
vent,
of tattered
maybe?
curtains blocking the way to...
Maybe...
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Oh!
A small, terrified owl escapes from Plaisance as she tries her best to look away, her round face buried in her hands. Okay, maybe that's where it will lead to the roof again, and I can see from the other side of where Cindy lives. Ghostly silhouettes of hair dryers. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Break down the door. Nope.
After exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room.
Open the door and enter. Kim wants to talk.
What is this place?
The lieutenant stares at the dusty training equipment. It's an adventure. It's another world beyond the veil. Looks like a gym to me. I think this may be the Artemitep's boxing club for young athletes. Yeah, let's joke.
No, it's a gym. Though it looks like no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
What if there's a reason why no one's been here for ages? Let's just keep going. I'm sure it's just a regular abandoned house. Nothing mysterious here.
Sounds good.
Sand is dripping from a punch bag. The poster says CQs, 40s. The rest is worn off. Yes, a bow. Nice. Shit, it's fucking expensive. I could have sold it if I wasn't in debt for René. Worn out wall bars. They look unsafe.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard. Why does it feel so familiar?
Is this familiar because I am a weightlifter? Look, Kim, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell. Ooh. That's yeah, that's that's a difficult check.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of bastard would just remove the collars? It should be a felony. Actually, I don't really care about safety hazards.
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
Maybe I should save and then try doing this check.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master. You manage to hoist it off the ground, but the barbell feels wobbly and dangerous. Your hands slick with sweat. Turns out you're no beast, just an...
Oh, it didn't even let me finish the thought.
You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure.
Let's just skip
It's spreading
this.
to your left arm. Very, very bad. There's no shit. Cop suffers.
Whatever, it wasn't funny at all. A bow used for playing shot put, a favorite pastime of elderly gentlemen. You feel like you should hold on to this and make good use of it. To sell such beautiful old school sports equipment would be a sin. Really now. The hallway is blocked by old window panes and debris. A large demijohn full of strange liquid. Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. Airship rotors covered in spiderwebs. They remind you of blades. Looks like the remains of the 20-hour window repair shop. A naked mannequin torso, a strange yellow color.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes. Like some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
It looks like a tabletop game. Inspect the drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins, casting wax-based magic, translucent welkins with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? You should adopt one of those welkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a welkin. One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Examine the welkin. This is important.
It's Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with welkin. Green welkin, dread welkin, and the high welkin to rule them all.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welkin creatures.
Why would anyone spend so much time on this? Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions.
One of them is a welkin supremacist.
Well, this has been educational. Let's move on from the welkins.
Political commentary. That one has a great beard too.
The lieutenant nods at the welkin's facial hair.
Some people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game. This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real. Just look at those details. So much effort.
And for what? All gone.
Inspect the photos.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden.
Yurts, huh? I am a Yakut, and we actually were building yurts as our houses. It was in what? I wanna say in 17th century and before. So yeah, cool.
A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Inspect the schedule.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. Minimi stands for a mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed.
Keep reading, what happened?
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
The lieutenant looks at the frigid ice field of nothingness.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
Inspect the notes.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: "Call in, tune out," "Wirral untethered," and "Heat death of the universe."
I guess it's kinda related to the Pale, that it will consume the whole world at some point. So they made a game about it, kind of, inspired by it.
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
He sounds surprised and a bit cautious. Do you think I should turn it on?
We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Look inside the compartment.
It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
This is where the memory should go.
Press play.
Nothing happens.
Press print.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Guess we need something for it first. It's memory card. Blue velvet, soft to the touch, moth beaten. Steel rotor blades bearing a slipstream logo. Production schedule, filament memory. Very expensive. The cube-like crisscross of filaments feels oddly fragile in your hand. Its intricate structure covered in dust. Silver tape on the side reads production schedule. Note: this filament contains information that can be read using a radio computer. Keys with slipstream printed on the laminated top layer. I think I heard about slipstream when I took that pin from Lina. Did I miss that? Oh, okay.
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here.
I don't get it.
Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other.
But the question is, which did they start with and which did they pivot to? What a strange leap of imagination, and yet they still failed. How sad. That's just speculation, we don't know anything for sure.
That's a good question. Reality is ruthless.
Yeah, so many startup businesses being choked by the government. Is this Emma's atelier?
Tiles on the cube are still like a smooth draw. The filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Okay, you pronounce it as filament. Press play again.
A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. Have you stirred the ghost of the doomed commercial area from its rest? Could this be its dismembered heart beginning to flutter? The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
Why did you call me Fortress Accident?
Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to.
Do you have any other information about this company?
One moment.
You hear her flip through a catalog before she reads out with studious care.
Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says.
That's not bad.
Wow, so conceptual. And what's that? This interactive call-in radio game?
Any other questions?
The static drowns her response. You hear her ask when the connection finally improves.
The filament you have inserted into the reader.
Right, thanks for the explanation.
That was a question. Have you inserted it into the core?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Password? Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
Fortress Accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
What are you, a machine or are you alive? That's definitely a living being, so yeah. That's all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the
Press
framework
print.
in a... Nothing happens.
Okay, I need to look for that password.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic.
Hold on, how do I know what Kadran mosaic tiles are supposed to look like?
History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun.
What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Radio frequencies for what?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. very advanced.
So we're dealing with something medical here. This must be an elaborate piece of art.
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants.
Wait, who is the Game Master?
Someone very important, the leader of a massive on-air game built by these people. A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency.
Cool, so they are basically playing a tabletop game through different isolas using radio. So I guess they couldn't find soulmates in their own isolas, so that's why they had to contact other people from the distance. If it's a game, then who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. All of this is gone, left unrealized. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
Why do you say that?
The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
He nods at the calendar on the chalkboard, wiping his marker-stained finger screen. What else? Squint at the lines.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages. Why does art inspire you so much?
It does, yes, but what is art?
Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. Additionally, it's history, criticism, and pure enjoyment. In short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined.
Would I fit into the art world? I mean...
Have you looked in the mirror lately? You have the exact features of a savage art critic, with that beard and those clothes. Disheveled and prophetic. Perhaps you should try to critique architecture too.
I guess I have been feeling critical lately. Hold on, is architecture also art?
Of course not. It's autism, box drawing, masturbation with a ruler and a sextant or whatever they use. You should demean and criticize the genteel institution of architecture while extolling the virtues of the pure arts.
Wait, what about music? Is it art?
Only the most experimental kind.
What? No way. That's stupid. Architecture is stupid. Music is stupid. Nah.
Yes, you seek substance. No vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're talking real, living art here. Become the art cop. Half art critic, half cop.
Is this... I'm choosing something. Again. Let's see. What it's related to exactly? Superstar, Apocalypse. Where did I get Apocalypse Cop, I wonder? Yeah, I'm not sure what it's related to. My conceptualization is a little higher than other skills, I guess, kind of. But, maybe there is a cop for every skill. So, I don't know. Maybe I could have become what I was saying before, para-detective. Wait, but I don't have to be 100% cop to get the case finished and all that?
Quit being so indecisive. What are you going for here? Some kind of indecisive and camp aesthetic now? Strike a bold shape here. Go art or go home.
No, I cannot risk another Copo diversion at this point. Go away. Okay, if 50% art critic is what is needed to free me from rote repetition, so be it. Opt-in. I think I am choosing only for this moment, and I can choose maybe other type of cop later, right? Because that's what was gonna happen with my moralist doctrine changing to liberal, and I declined, so I am still moralist. So let's opt in for now.
Exactly. It's not only your duty to only catch the criminals off the street, you must also apprehend criminals of the printing press and the gallery, the trite and derivative artists and writers of the world. Go ahead and provide savage criticisms, Art Cop. The world is yours to rip to pieces and reassemble.
Okay, Kim wants to talk to me.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Someone tried to exercise the curse using technology. Looks like an undercover counter-intelligence program. It's just a failed business. The only question is, what the hell were they making?
Yes, that is the question.
The lieutenant takes a step back, stippling his hands.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
How were they planning to do that? Has anyone ever done this before? And this was a role-playing game. What do you think happened to the company?
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts. Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology. Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real, immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
The lieutenant tilts his head, thinking. They were insane if they thought they could do this. It was just a play to cheat money out of their investors' pockets. The curse got them, I see no other explanation. The world is cold and lonely, this would keep it company, let's finish it. Do we have any money? Let's give them more money so they can finish it and make it even bigger.
It's too late for that, I'm afraid.
A half smile breaks out on his face. He says, looking around the derelict room. The pipes howl and a rat crosses the floor.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Actual art degree. -1 perception. Can't even look at this shit. Yeah, it's another Copo type. The worst one. The most savage and brutal. The art cop. Nothing is good enough for him. Everything is shit. You have to employ an armada of adjectives to depict and demean the mediocrity of the works and visual institutions around you. Really flex that critical muscle until the vocabulary for punishing mediocrity becomes second nature. Here we go. Art cop, huh? Okay, what other cop types we have here? Hobo cop. Coach physical instrument, some kind of superstar. Cop of the Apocalypse. The Bow Collector. Detective Castel Boyadero. I think maybe this one is related to Drama 1. Bringing of the Law. Law. Okay, I'm not seeing obvious titles that would really tell that they are about being a certain type of cop. I may research this one and see what it gives me. I'm interested. Yeah. Scribbled across a notebook. Developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. Man, this is a big place.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy?
What is this thing? It looks like a giant ice bear.
The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from its mysterious belly door.
Crack open the door.
A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Relax, Kim. It's a fridge.
Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge.
He relaxes his hand, his face bathed in the harsh light of the open fridge door.
Let's take a look inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
Take the note from the door.
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
Examine one of the ice cream wrappers in there.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
What is a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
The lieutenant reaches for one of the wrappers. He studies it in the light. So they tried to sell ice cream from this hyper-carnivore.
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The lieutenant points at the red, snaky cable running from the fridge.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
Maybe someone still lives here and making noises. That's why they're saying about a curse. An ice cream maker, defrosted and unplugged. The wall collapsed. It's inaccessible now.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Kim, what is this thing? Is it a furnace? Look inside the furnace. Smear your hands with coal. Kick it with your foot.
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney. No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs.
What are you doing?
The lieutenant asks when he sees you climb halfway inside the furnace. I am hallucinating, or maybe it's the entity. I hear the murderer of the hangman talking. I'm not sure, Kim, but I think I can hear someone talking upstairs.
Wait, really? We should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
Those voices I heard, maybe it's the malignant entity. Presence said it lives in a chimney. Why would I smear my hands with coal? What this would give me? I can upgrade my chances with my shirt.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace. Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then,
Hello?
You hear a woman's voice answer.
you've awakened the entity.
This is the police. Who's there? I summoned the ghost of this doomed commercial area. Answer me, spirit. Hello, are you there? Speak to me. Let's not spook them first.
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
After you, officer.
How exactly do I access there? I am a little bit confused.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient. You feel the spirit of Ramut Karzai, ancient hero of Grad, pulsing through you. All that's left is to cover your face in war paint.
Hadramut Karzai, smear your cheeks black with coal. No, let's not express ourselves. Let's just wipe our hand screen on our pants.
3 dangerous stripes appear onto your cheeks, telling stories of your wild soul.
What are you doing?
I am the reincarnation of an ancient Ilmaran warrior.
Please wipe your face clean, officer.
No, you're a proud warrior. Keep it.
I still get that Kim trusts you check.
These 3 stripes give you strength in this dangerous realm. It would be foolish to remove them.
We are exploring this dark place, and I need the protection my war paint affords.
And this protects you.
This is traditional war paint. It will grant me safe passage with the spirits that guard this place. It gives me confidence, and that's all that matters, Kim.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
He stubbornly looks away from you and the furnace. If I kick it, it definitely will get damaged. Yeah, let's try not doing that.
Yes?
No, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, where do I enter? Here? Oh. Maybe let's check other room first. Shoes in a puddle of melting snow. Postcard, La Delta 51. The sunlight has made this postcard almost completely sepia-toned. Midtown traffic passes. Overhead, the ghosts of skyscrapers disappear into a beige midday mist, vapor rising from the delta on which the district was built. The postcard is prepaid. This tray is full of dice, colorful polyhedral dice, hundreds of them. The candy dispenser has been repurposed to contain thousands of dice. A handwritten note you found from the giant ice bear fridge. It still bears some marks from the fruit-shaped kitchen magnets that were used to secure it to the refrigerator door.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
The lieutenant leans closer to read the crumpled note over your shoulder.
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active.
Read the note.
Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care. Sully Swaff.
I wonder who wrote that note.
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here.
Maybe they had to leave in a hurry.
That's a plausible hypothesis.
Who is the illiterate ginger kid? That's Kuno. I don't need to know this. Do you have any idea where the frozen ice cream maker could be? I saw one, I think. Put the note away.
Hello, I'm Nia.
Her portrait immediately reminds me of one very popular painting, but I don't remember how it was called. A bird-like woman sits on a front of tools with emerald light shining through her hair.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius.
She taps on her headphones.
So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Hold on, what do you mean by Melius?
Yes, a Melius is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
You must have me confused with someone else. I haven't knocked on your window.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Why are you asking me about dice?
I'm a Novelty Dicemaker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Sure, I like role-playing games and I need some dice. Maybe, I'm not really sure why I'm here. No, I was looking for something else. Squint your eyes mysteriously. Answers. I'm not interested in buying dice right now. I'm a police officer and I need to ask some questions.
Of course, I can see that. I just thought you were a police officer looking for dice. How else can I help you then?
This person means you, or no one else, absolutely no harm. She will answer freely and honestly. No falsehoods are present. She's a Novelty Dicemaker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
How did you become a dice maker?
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
Do you like role-playing games yourself?
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
Some of those nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items. She's thankful for the security they provide her.
Okay, I'd like to order a die from you. Maybe if I'm rich, not right now. What do you know about the man who was lynched behind the whirling in rags? Let's ask that later. Hey, where are we anyway? What is this place?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
She looks at the ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they have been repainted, there are still signs of coal-black soot here and there.
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
The lieutenant looks around the spacious room, its ceiling fading into shadows above. I have heard this place is cursed. Did you know that people call it the doomed commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Wait, how do you explain what happened to all those companies then? Plaisance is one who sent me. She is convinced that the place is swarming with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
Plaisance is a wise woman. She has Seminis trinkets protecting her against the curse. Actually, the bookstore isn't doing that well. There are hardly any customers and she has to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going. The curse is just biding its time before it strikes again. Sooner or later, everyone will fail, even her. I don't know why the bookstore hasn't gone bankrupt yet. That's what I'm here to investigate.
Alright, but it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
Really? Hold on, the whirling is part of the doomed commercial area.
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the east of the Commerce Central project.
Maybe they have some kind of underground tunnel then between that connects both buildings. Yeah, but it's still a separate building. The malicious energies can't reach there. You're right, the whirling doesn't really look like it's cursed.
And then there is me.
She sighs, looking at her messy work table. All kind of tools lies there, scattered, from knives to carving files to wire cutters.
I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
Plaisance thinks it's because you are the source of it, a malignant entity. It's because you are competent and dedicated to your craft. The curse doesn't affect people like you. The curse will get to you, have no doubt about it. It just doesn't care about earthly time frames. I will be the first to admit there are many inconsistencies in this so-called curse.
I was just about to ask, what do you think? Do you think the curse is real?
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
I think it still might be you that's causing this. Narrow your eyes very mysteriously. I'm starting to see that there is no curse, only business decisions and natural market fluctuations. Honestly, I'm still not sure. This world is a puzzling place.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring. But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see. Plaisance is not going to like what you have to tell her.
Oh. Well, it's not my fault that there is a woman living above her and probably making noises that scare her. Do you know what happened to other tenants? Everyone else is gone.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
Shit, that's a lot of questions. There used to be a hair salon here, right?
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad.
What's wrong with a bit of experimenting? The customers should have been more open-minded. I would never let anyone androgynous touch my hair, not even if my life depended on it. I guess I am a simple man. I don't really have any opinions on hairstyles. Come on. I think androgynous people are cool. I really like tomboys, for example.
I guess it just wasn't the time yet.
What happened to the gym?
It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club. A community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
And who was Artemitep? Maybe that's what Kuno needs, a community-centric boxing club.
Kuno? Who's Kuno?
He's sort of the king around here. He's a little ginger gremlin who likes to defile dead bodies.
Oh yes, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth. Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard.
She looks out of the window. It's oddly quiet there at the moment.
I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid. A kind man, from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
How did that community project work out? Judging from the kids I have met so far, it didn't really work, did it?
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
What's up with the broken windows?
Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milieu. Who would have guessed?
What's the snuff milieu?
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own.
cool, very cool about the debris, but what is a snuff melee? It's a shame about those windows. I'm not even going to ask about that melee.
It's a sub-Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
Nothing changes in her tone as she says that, as if it's just another piece of information to lay out for the world.
Yeah, I know some people that watch some police footage about real crime too much, and I don't understand that. What is so interesting about it? Yeah.
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-Roses. This isn't our problem.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators.
Did someone here make stuffed animals? I saw mounts lying around.
You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs. Anything else?
I found creepy mannequins.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
I didn't know insects had any rights or activists.
Yeah, the atelier didn't know it either. They produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection.
I'm glad that someone took care of the little guys. I like insects. But insects don't have any brains or feelings. They got what they deserved. Making clothes out of beetle wings is a terrible idea. I appreciate most of bugs. They are serving as food for other animals like birds, frogs, spiders, and I would get rid of some nasty bugs like maybe hornets, mosquitoes, that kind of stuff. But there is no easy solution. There is a food chain, and if you remove one element, then others will be chaotic.
Really? Anyway.
Poor guy. Suddenly, you get a feeling that insects are important to the case somehow. It's hard to say why.
What is with the rotor blades and skis?
They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money.
She rests her chin on her hand with an impish smile.
Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is.
That's illegal, running off with company's money like that. Why hasn't he been arrested? Interesting, what do these transmissions say?
The usual, I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns.
Her smile widens before she sees the lieutenant's face behind you.
Men like that are a curse.
The lieutenant is stern. Yeah, I agree.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around in the house. Not much use now, I guess.
They were just props. Why return them?
I found a strange machine.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
She closes her eyes as some remnant of a memory lights up her face.
She liked them.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral.
That's understandable. Fantasies are serious things. The mind is the drawing board of history.
They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seem to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
What do you mean liberal? What happened?
The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
What went wrong?
Well, I did hear them talking at times.
She looks at the hallway as if she can still hear them chit-chat behind her curtains on a cigarette break.
They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
From what I have seen so far, the project did look quite impressive. Really, they must have been on gigantic ego trip.
That's what I thought, because when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep up new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic, and to show up to work on time.
Well, showing up to work on time is incredibly hard. That's too bad, I would have supported them. The project looked great. You're right, they should have tried harder. They had everything needed to succeed. It kinda sounds like commentary on indie games that are being failed because of circumstances similar to this.
Still, not everyone is going to make it. That's the nature of the game.
The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes, like snowfall.
Anything else?
There was a terrifying taxidermed bear in the cellar.
Oh boy, the fabled Revachol ICT. You're in for a treat here.
She smiles and leans closer, hands on her knees, like a stand-up comedian ready to tell a story.
The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
Alright, what about the other ideas?
There was really just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
Oh, what? She leans back disapproving.
Sounds like she really didn't like those girls.
I know a girl just like that. She works in Fritte as a cashier and she's not particularly friendly. What did they expect? 20 cents per hour is dog's pay. I'm surprised they showed up to work at all. That's an award-winning idea. How else do you choose people around you? I don't have an opinion on employing teens. I just want to know, did it work out for the business?
Employing silky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the shop. At least that's what happened with Revachol ICT, and they already had the bear.
She closes her eyes as if remembering something painful. What about the bear?
The bear.
She repeats, pressing thumbs into her temples like trying to suppress a headache.
Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted. Eventually, Revachol ICT lost the price war to its rival, Glacé 5000. Glacé 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
I'm sure the bear was doing its best. The bear was scary. Every time I saw that bear, I felt scared like it could become alive any moment now. Not solemnly. It's the market doing its job.
Maybe, because the taxidermist who made the bear definitely wasn't. Doing his job, I mean.
How come?
He said that the bear was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. Coded Megatherian.
Sounds cool. Why is everyone doing drugs in this place? Even the taxidermist?
What is a vision beast?
It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life by telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
The horrific necktie tightens around your neck, strangely excited. But it doesn't feel particularly fun this time around.
I don't do drugs. Grab your necktie and mumble. Not now, you beast.
What?
Do you ever feel like your vision beast is trying to blackmail the fun out of you? Nothing. Cough and let go of the tie.
Right.
She doesn't look entirely convinced.
Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
She seems almost sad, finishing the story. Some dust beams swirl in the afternoon air. Her eyes follow it idly. I regret picking the option with necktie. I should have said that I don't do drugs.
Anything else?
Maybe.
Another failed business, perhaps? I've been here for a long time.
Maybe I can reduce this dialogue.
Telling you to do.
The horrific necktie.
I don't do
tightens around
drugs.
your neck.
Very good. You shouldn't do them. You're a police officer after all. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream. Anything else?
Okay, nothing
Another failed
changed.
business, perhaps? I've been here for a long
I
time.
found the building's intercom, but it's not working.
Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry about the confusion.
The doorbell with the empty name card must belong to her then.
So you're telling me that the doorbell with the empty name card was yours?
That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet.
I was wondering about the building in rags. Is it part of the same building complex?
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East Delta Commerce Center project. That explains why you can call the whirling from the intercom, albeit I doubt that anyone responds.
If the whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the doomed commercial area. The darkness of this place is there, too.
I saw a name East Delta Pinball on the doorbell.
Right, it used to be a gaming arcade. This is an ancient failure, before my time. I'm not surprised, however. My advice, don't base your business on a fad. Hypnotism, floriography, trick-track, especially pinball.
Agreed. Pinball is the worst.
His disdain for pinball could not be clearer.
A strange thing happened when I tried calling a company named Slipstream SCA. Someone answered.
It can't be true. They don't work here anymore. They've been gone for years. Are you sure it was Slipstream SCA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Plaisance from the bookstore.
She said she was from Tricentennial Electrics.
Tricentennial Electrics?
There is a moment before she recognizes the name.
It used to be a major electric company 100 years ago. Are you sure it wasn't just some kids playing a prank on you?
No, it was something else. It was eerie. It was too real to be just a prank. Either we're dealing with a professional actress, or...
No, it was something else, something eerie. Narrow your eyes.
Pranks can be eerie.
She looks as if she's still convinced it's nothing to be worried about.
Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us. No solidarity.
Actually, the Slipstream SCA mystery might be a recording. I called again later and got exactly the same message.
Why would Slipstream SCA have a 100-year-old recording as their doorbell message? Doesn't make any sense. I'm still convinced it was nothing more than some elaborate prank.
My money is on electrical anomaly. I've heard of these, especially in an old building like this.
I never heard about those. Do you mean anomalies like in Metro and Stalker games? I have a few more questions about the building.
Sure, I'm listening.
Actually, I had other questions.
Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
What do you know about the man who was lynched behind the whirling in rags?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
I was thinking about this. Measurehead gave me some information that Hardie boys, they were involved with some kind of woman that intoxicated them or something, he said, and maybe she was pretending that she was raped and then she pointed her finger at the mercenary. Or maybe they were the ones who did that and then blamed mercenary. I don't know. Let's proceed for now.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
What do you mean by the daily ruckus? Kuno.
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard.
She stops to try and come up with an example.
During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
Yeah, she's telling the truth. Do you often work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people. But I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
And you never took your eyes off the work to look out of the window?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness.
It's light here, but dark in the yard at night.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
I see. Thank you for your answers.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
Why hasn't her business failed? Let's save just in case.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
You feel nothing. If anything, it's uncomfortably warm in here.
Start taking off your clothes. You need to connect. Let's not harass her, alright? Leave it at that.
She has begun to idly clean one of her carving tools with a dirty kerchief, the tool's sharp edge shining in the light of her desk lamp.
Man, I'm glad that game gives me an opportunity to not be that much of a creep if I fail something. Alright, we got a lot of not very useful information. I don't think we have a password for that intercom. But maybe I should check the ice maker again.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red.
Okay, there is they are, but how do I access there? Oh, a frozen ice cream maker that is still running.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut.
Turn the ice cream crank.
Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping. It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur.
Try to crack open the lid.
You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective.
Equip the pry bar by going...
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine.
Pry bar not
It
strong
has
enough.
a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and
Better
an
grip
electric
with
freezer that
gloves.
appears to be
Interesting.
frozen. This orange machine is buzzing. The ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You think you've got the bar jammed in there pretty well, but the lid simply won't budge.
What is this?
You see the pry bar's metal handle bending right before your very eyes.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing it, but this ice cream maker is frozen shut. It takes an advanced tool to get it open.
Advance. Where do we get one?
I have no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't important enough to requisition a special tool.
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool mighty enough. Then we will know what's in this mysterious ice cream maker.
Alright.
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
I'm gonna unplug the bear.
An electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now.
I probably shouldn't unplug ice maker machine before I can unlock it, in case if there is still an ice cream I can eat. Intercom wires running into the breaker box. Insane mesh tank top, +1 drama. Where did you even get that one? No, really, who put it in that drawer? No further comments. Wear it at your own risk. I'm not sure I like how it looks. I think I like this regular shirt better, honestly. Huh. Oh, now I can enter this door. Okay, that's cool. Do I have any checks that are available right now? What the hell? Why can't I scroll down normally? What is this? Huh.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a...
Fuck does Kuno care? Kuno doesn't...
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
What are those strange words you use, girl?
I come from the woods, good Davidu. You don't want to go there with me. You don't want to see what I've seen.
Don't be traumatizing here. Get the fuck out of here.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Hey, kid.
What's this kid shit? Fucking fucking mind games. I'd rather die than squeal.
Get the fuck out of here, face. You got done. Talk to me.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Child, converse with me.
Murder was the case they gave me.
She has almost vanished behind the fence. Only the top of her head remains. Not head, hat. How do I access this room? Not room, roof. How do I go there? I hope that lady isn't related to Hardie boys.
Got the 20 real?
Yeah, I'm gonna pay my money for tonight, I guess, just in case.
Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
You know, there might be other places to sleep on this coast. You'll find one eventually.
Shh. Yeah, I really need to find free space where I can sleep. I guess I can try Art Cop Fort. Yeah. Where is it? Yeah. Oh wait, I don't have... yeah, I need to unlock the slot first. And then internalize. Cool. Wait. Do you have anything new to say?
Can I help you? Another thing. Great.
Nope.
Yes?
Hello, sir. How is the investigation going? Found any curses yet?
Yeah, I found a way into the doomed commercial area.
Oh, that's great! I hope exciting adventures lie ahead. And maybe you can help Mother become less afraid.
It takes willpower to even read the author names. John Coase from... didn't read that quick enough. Maybe your cockatoo is missing.
I don't mean to disrespect, sir, but you are being a bit of a cockatoo here.
For what it's worth, I agree. But cockatoos can't be stopped when they get ladies. It's better to indulge him at this point.
Ma'am, I was asking about your cockatoo. Is it missing? What do you mean I'm being a cockatoo?
Nothing. Go read up on them if you're so interested. There's a great book in the bookstore.
Maybe you should. What if the cockatoo is your astral captain? Or your heraldic bird?
Actually, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Thanks for the tip.
Wonderful. The store is open.
Maybe your children are missing.
No, absolutely not.
Right, thanks.
She gives you a short nod and shifts her attention. The woman before you.
You will not be happy, so let me maybe read about cockatoos before this.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all. The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks. Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels.
Everyone knows the most interesting thing about fascists was their magic. Do you mean like them trying to do some rituals, like summoning a Satan or something? I don't exactly know, And that's how they are depicted often in comics and movies.
A sulfur-crested cockatoo sits on the cover, its beak slightly open. It looks as if the bird is calling out the book title, From A to Zurich, a guide to a well-behaved cockatoo.
Flip through the pages.
Turns out that there are so many different cockatoo species, and they all have behavioral problems.
What about this guide to cockatoo, storekeeper?
It's a must-have if you own a cockatoo. I've heard they're quite capricious.
Angry storekeeper stare down.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural.
Maybe later. I am too tired of listening to this woman.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
The dark sarcophagus. Pause dramatically.
Yes, yes. How was it?
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
It was a charnel house of failed business enterprises, leeching knife energy from this bookstore. Honestly, a dump, nothing to see there, just heaps of garbage. Someone should let the sunshine in. I am in no position to give out personal opinions.
I knew it. Oh, such horrors that have been thrust upon us.
She shakes her head.
But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity?
I talked to the entity you told me about. Her name is Neha, and she's a Novelty Dicemaker.
A Novelty Dicemaker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
She's not a sorceress or some malicious entity. She's a businesswoman like you. No, ma'am. I have felt her aura. She is not the one to blame for this curse. She may be involved, but I don't have a way to question the malignant entity further.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
She looks perplexed.
The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down. Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
She says there is no curse because there are too many inconsistencies. The source is in the taxidermist's shop. He became involved in arts darker than taxidermy and brought the void spirits down upon this place. Honestly, I don't have an answer yet. There are still leads to be followed, like that strange radio computer thing. There is another entity, more malignant, pulling the strings in Martinez. Perhaps in my travels I will cross paths with it.
Oh, how horrid! I knew something wasn't right about that place. Tell me, did you find a way to break the curse?
Yes, I performed the ancient Semenese dispelling rites. This commercial area is doomed no more. Yes, I called upon the spirit of Guillaume le Million to banish the curse in a flash of disco brilliance. Yeah, I disbooked it. The curse is definitely gone. I'm afraid that I can only identify the source, but you have to call some other experts to lift the curse. She definitely will not believe in disco brilliance, so let's say about dispelling rites.
Of course. I trust my Semenese wards and charms kept you safe while you perform the ancient rites.
She looks at you with sudden admiration.
All that matters is that the energies are retreating. I can already feel the curse lifting. It will be a long time until we're fully free of it, of course, but still. Thank you, officer. Truly, you've brought a better psycho-emanation to this humble bookstore, and that's no small achievement.
She so badly wants this to be over. She would have believed anything. It will only last a day or two, a week tops. Then her mood will sour and she will feel the curse again.
That's not my responsibility.
All right then. All's well that ends well. Should we return to our ordinary lives?
I'm looking for a book about cockatoos.
A book about cockatoos? There should be one upstairs, right next to the shelf of biographies.
Alright, I hated interacting with her. I don't like superstitious people. My mother is one of them, and it's so tiresome to talk with them. Like when she forcefully made me baptize. How is it called? Basically, she wanted to make me into a Christian, and I was objecting. I was already at a decent age to understand that I am not into any religion, and then she believes in feng shui, so she tells me like, don't sleep, don't put your bed against the mirror, it will curse you, it will give you unluck. I will give you this charm, this keychain, this like 5 gems that you need to put in correct order for them to ward off the unlocks that you're getting or something. And I don't have something particular against them, but I really hate it when they force their beliefs into you. Oh yeah, right, I have a bowl.
There. Working class drunk. You know what this means, right?
Case solved?
Cracked it. All in a good day's work.
Wait, what did I crack exactly?
What do you mean, what did I crack? Look at how working class that drunk is.
It's her husband, the missing husband. It's the future leader of a proletarian uprising. It's some third option?
Yes, and you found him. Now go and tell the working class woman. Protect and serve, recruit. Didn't she repeatedly tell you her husband isn't missing though? But he is missing. You heard her. The worry in her voice.
What the fuck? 3 voices in my head telling different things. This doesn't add up. I'm only making a fool of myself. Yeah, I believe in my logic.
Do marriages make any sense? Does honor? You're not a filthy philosopher. You're an officer of law. It's time to ace this case and not brood over your reputation. We can deal with the perception management later.
Alright. Should I discard this thought or should I entertain this thought? Nah, I trust in my logic. Nonsense.
Not honorable, recruit. Not honorable at all.
I don't like authority skill. What? Why my menu looks like this? Okay, that was kinda glitchy. Oh yeah, I need to talk about her, to her about cockatoo.
I don't mean...
For what it's worth, I agree. But cockatoos can't be stopped.
Ma'am, I was asking about your cockatoo. Is it missing?
I don't even have a cockatoo. And guess what?
It's a trap. Never ever say what.
Alright, cockatoo not missing. I just wanted to make sure.
Great.
Just one more question. What did you mean by me being a cockatoo?
Nothing. Go read up on them if you...
Maybe you should. What if the cockatoo is your astral...
Please, let's do.
The woman before...
Every snowflake is like a...
The purity of snow always reminds me of the purity of a man's soul, if he's got principles.
I like how people are reacting to weather changes. I found you guys a new bow.
What is this? Are you mocking us? This isn't for pétanque.
Now, no need to get angry again, René. I'm sure the officer tried his best. It's not like there's a boule kiosk here in Martinez.
I am very sorry, it's the best I could find.
The best, huh? This isn't even a boule. But fine. I guess you did attempt to right your hooliganism. Consider it forgiven.
Yay! Do I have any way to upgrade my composure? I think not really. Ah, I do actually.
The purity of snow always reminds me of the purity of a man's soul. If...
Still, all you see is an old soldier refusing to replace his uniform with a civilian attire.
Anything else I can assist you with, officer? We still have a game to finish.
Okay, that didn't work.
Officer, the mere sight of police in Martinez makes me feel safer already. How can I help you?
I need more rhetoric. Rhetoric. Okay, I don't have it.
Officer,
Alright, this is how we're gonna do it.
I admire your handiwork, chef, but there are few things I do differently.
Like what, officer? This is as good as they come in Revachol, I assure you.
An array of delicious recipes flashes through your mind. Salads, salmon, sandwiches, bingo.
The bread you built this wonder on could have been toasted beforehand. Had you put a large slice of Alduvian cheese crosswise from the ham, it would minimize the component loss via crumbling.
Mon Dieu, that is an excellent idea. That would virtually negate the component loss.
I will do you one better. The air pocket between cheese and ham could house pre-roasted paprika.
Ce serait délicieux! Can you make that sandwich, officer?
Sure, but I'm going to need yours as a prototype first. No, no one can. Gaze at the distance, slowly shaking at your head.
I hope you are not just tricking an old man out of the little he has left.
He says solemnly and hands you his sandwich. Initial development takes time, of course, but in 6 to 9 months you will eat the sandwich of gods. I win? Don't worry about it, give him a wink.
Oh, god of sandwiches, maybe? But in the meanwhile, what can I do for you here and now, officer?
Giant ham sandwich. This might be the biggest sandwich you have ever seen. The size is almost intimidating, invoking feelings of inadequacy. Abundant in components, rich in both smell and taste, probably. This truly is the work of a master craftsman. Can I really finish this sandwich? Can I really make it into a superior ham sandwich that I can give him back? I probably can if I visit the kitchen, right? That makes sense. Nice music is playing during snowfall.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you...
Oh. I guess I'm not doing that.
The ham sandwich looks fresh and nutritious in your hand, begging to be eaten. A treat of this magnitude should not be enjoyed alone.
Step back, everyone, it's gonna get messy. Eat the sandwich. Here, Kim, let's share. Hold out the sandwich. I cannot be bought. Throw the sandwich on the ground. Put the sandwich away.
I'll pass, thanks.
When you hold something up long enough, some people are compelled to take it. Try it on the lieutenant.
What do you mean you will pass? Hold the sandwich up for the lieutenant to take it.
Thank you, but no, I'm not hungry.
Keep holding the sandwich.
No.
Do not lower the sandwich.
No.
Hold the sandwich up, moving it closer to his chin.
The lieutenant's eyes express an absolute lack of interest.
Move the sandwich around in front of the lieutenant's mouth and make aircraft noises.
The lieutenant stands next to you, but he might as well exist in a parallel realm. This man does not crack under pressure. Stars would die before he'd succumb to any kind of manipulation. With this realization comes a sudden flash of pride.
You know, Kim, if I were to hold the sandwich up long enough, have the sandwich interceptor circle in front of the lieutenant's face and then gently nosedive against his lips.
Stop that.
He doesn't sound amused. Okay, but why don't you want it? Send the ham fighter craft for another mission. Okay, let's stop.
I'm just not hungry.
This isn't about hunger, Kim. It's about camaraderie.
Camaraderie?
Yes, by sharing this sandwich, you and I solidify the bond between us.
Is it really necessary?
The bond between officers, partners, are paramount. That's how trust is built. Trust saves lives.
It really is. Is this necessary? Is friendship necessary? Is brotherhood? I just thought it would be a nice gesture. I'm sorry. No, you're right. Let's just drop it.
Okay. They are all necessary. Let's share the sandwich if it matters that much to you.
The lieutenant breaks the sandwich in two and quickly eats his half. This is good shit. Eat your half of the sandwich. Friends forever. Eat your half in silence.
Sure. Time to go solve a murder investigation.
That was nice. But I feel bad about Gaston losing his sandwich. For nothing, basically. What? I still have this task? Weird. I will do that maybe later. Actually, after I talked with Measurehead, I didn't try talking to Hardie boys again.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
I want to talk about the hanging again.
Again. Just get the dead guy's autograph, since you're his biggest fan.
Good one, Titus.
Who called the shots that night?
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardie boy without arresting all Hardie boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A shadow of a smirk passes. Oh, I'm reading so badly. A shadow of a smirk passes her lips as she tilts her head.
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
Address Elizabeth. I don't have to. One of them was more complicit than others. No, but seriously, who calls the shots around here?
That's for the courts in Les Jardins to decide. Not for the officer making an arrest. Which we all know you won't be. What you can do right now is go back to your station and write a report.
No. We'll stay here and discuss what happened that night.
You murdered him just like that, no remorse.
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
He says it as if it were worse than dying. Reunion. And Reunion, what's that?
The River Esperance Correctional Facility, a military prison run by the Coalition, dubbed Reunion by the inmates. The origin of the name is unknown.
Yeah, but these were all bad people, criminals, the scum of the earth. Look, I'm just doing my job, that's all. What we do is different. We enforce the law. You just kill people like it's nothing. Honestly, I drink so much I can't really remember anyone I have sent behind bars.
Rest assured, lawman. None worse than our guy. He got what was coming to him.
How did you kill him?
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, copper?
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
This is where an autopsy would come in handy. You have to work with what you know.
We need more. Did you muffle him? We haven't heard any reports of screams.
Titus, you don't have to clarify anything.
We overpowered him, dragged his unconscious body to the tree, put a noose around his neck, and hanged him till he was dead and steady.
Then we left him for seagulls, maggots, and you fucks.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up.
Wasn't he a trained killer from Orani's special forces? If yes, then how did you manage to overpower him? Where did this overpowering happen? Things aren't quite right here, are they? Ooh, my composure is very bad.
With numbers, asshole. How do you think? You're right, Lizzie. I've done enough explaining here.
Weren't you fucking listening? The fucker came to our bar. It happened right here.
This one has a distinct style. He puts so much whiny emotion into everything he says, it's hard to see if he's lying. But he could be.
Shenki might be lying.
Titus is solid as a rock, and so are a few others.
Whoa! How did I succeed this one? First, tell me who's solid.
Elaine, who looks like he might be Titus's right-hand man, the least antsy of the bunch. Definitely not his first time being questioned by the police. This little rat-faced fellow is solid, too. Always fidgety, yes, but no change there. Him neither. Mostly keeps to his tomato juice, or whatever he's got there.
Who's cracking under pressure? I guess that guy in the corner that didn't say anything. Oh. This one, he's sweating profusely and has difficulty breathing. They have smartly kept him out of the conversations thus far. Definitely the weakest link in the chain. Hey you, turn to the big guy. You having trouble breathing over there?
No.
He looks up, startled. His forehead shiny from sweat. A few coiled locks are peeking out from under his warm woolen hat.
Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fucking fat he is.
Fuck off, Shanky. Angus is a powerful guy. All muscle.
Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later, he's going to break like a piece of twig.
There's something you're not telling me.
And fuck you too, copper. Picking on Angus like this. We're done with this schoolyard shit. And just so you know, he doesn't have trouble breathing.
His all-muscle comment wasn't sarcastic. He's genuinely trying to look out for Angus. This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out of them about the night of the murder. Not yet.
Okay.
Like what, copper?
No more questions.
About fucking time.
That was more productive than I expected to be.
I've got nothing to say.
What if I remove these glasses to gain my +1 authority? Will it work to establish my dominance? I doubt it, but maybe I should try.
Honourable One, you have accumulated a substantial amount of honor points on your life path. You are a man most virtuous.
Wait, there were honor points? I only try my best. It's the most any of us can do. Hold your horses. This is a mistake. Honor is meaningless to me.
Oh, the modesty on this one. Another 10 honor points for you, sir.
Oh yeah, I see. Honor.
You are on the fast track to becoming one of the rarest, most revered of all police officers, an honor cop.
Isn't honor sort of an archaic concept? My honor is my life. I don't want this. I really don't care about honor at all.
Living in the name of virtue and doing noble deeds while expecting nothing in return is not archaic. How can you even think that? Selflessness forms the basis for the warrior code, an ageless code, as fit for nomadic Ilmaran tribes traversing the vast red plateau in Provincia Gordi, as it is for your neighborhood postman.
A warrior code, you say? I do feel like a warrior. This whole thing is beginning to sound very me. It sounds rather arrogant, a secretive self-regard.
No. You see, you're putting the needs of others above yours. You get nothing in return, not even praise. You always get the short, noble end of the stick. Don't think about it too much. Just say it. Are you ready to get knee-deep in honor?
I guess I am more honorable than I'm not.
Yes, your deeds are spoken for you, Honourable One. But to fully drape oneself in an eternal cloak of honor, a ritual must be completed. A rite of honor Even among the honorable, only the most dignified are deemed worthy. But you, O Honorable One, have excelled in honor. Honor comes from deep within you, and to truly know oneself, to know one's honor, one must reach deep within oneself and touch one's honor.
Okay.
You need to bring the thumb of your right hand, your sword hand, to your rectum and stick it in there to form the Arch of Honors.
What? What if someone comes and sees me? All I ever wanted was to live with dignity, to die with honor. Stick your thumb in your ass. You're crazy if you think I'm just going to stick a finger in my ass. No way.
What are you doing?
The lieutenant jumps away from you. I am honoring myself, Lieutenant. Nothing you wouldn't understand. It's an honor thing. Who, me? Nothing. I'm doing nothing, Kim. Scratching my ass. What is the big deal?
Well, don't!
The lieutenant looks truly shocked. Never heard him being so surprised.
Have you no self-control? Please spare me this sight.
The lieutenant is a noble man, but he does not know honor like you and I do. Best not to waste time trying to explain. Lead by example. Congratulations, Honorable One. You have become a member of a noble faculty. A man kneels, an honor cop rises. Go forth and commit even more honorable deeds. And should your resolve ever waver, remember the right of honor. It will always cleanse a man's soul. It is an honor to serve with you, Honor Cop.
Another thought, huh? Overproductive honor glance. Oof. It will give me -4 drama for 20 minutes. Dishonorable to lie. They say nameless heroes need no credit. Doing the right thing is reward enough. But deep down, an honorable man knows there will be a reward. Oh yes, the honorable shall inherit the world. And you, Comte de Honore, will lead the charge with your thumb held high. What you need is a creed, an oath, a great oath of honor. Flex your honor glance, see if you can come up with something. Okay. Sure. Alright, let's try asserting my authority again and end this episode, shall we?
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Oh. It still doesn't work. Okay. Oh, that's fine. Let's just replace my glasses. Okay. I did plenty of things in this episode. It was very interesting to learn about that complex building, why it was abandoned. I am glad that I didn't make that bookstore clerk more angry than she already was. I am about to become an honor cop and art cop. I wonder if these thoughts, do they stack or not? Or can I only use only one copo type? Yeah, who knows? And I shared a sandwich with Kim, so maybe you have something new to say?
Yes? What about me?
Tell me a secret.
No.
Ask again.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. You're pretty sure it has something to do with the lieutenant's eyebrow. The eyebrow is exercising psionic control over you.
What's happening to me?
Something the matter, detective?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands.
Give up, there's nothing you can do.
The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
What the hell?
Good.
Was that a secret check? Maybe I should, yeah. Maybe it's because I have -1 authority. Let's try this, maybe. And -1 suggestion also doesn't help. Let's see. Okay, that seems good enough. Let's try again.
Yes? What about me? No.
What? Is he asserting dominance over me? Is he doing his authority skill?
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. The eyebrow is exercising.
Something the matter, detective?
This guy's got authority off the charts. With just the flick of his eyebrow, he's able to make you his thrall.
So what can I do about it?
Nothing. You better hope he doesn't abuse his authority. There's a lot of it.
Silently scream for help. Accept your thraldom.
If the lieutenant were an evil man, who knows what sort of havoc he could wreak. Fortunately, he is a committed officer of the RCM. He'll only use his powers for the good of the investigation. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
Damn.
Good. Let's change the subject.
I guess I have to upgrade maybe authority to convince him to tell to me his secret. Man, I think these grasses are doing me more bad than good right now. Authority is kinda important, so yeah, let's wear these ones instead. I forgot I had a hat, but I don't like it. Okay. That was interesting thing to try. I am looking forward to solve it somehow. To make him crack under my authority. Yeah, but whew, I am tired, so I will stop playing for now, and yeah. Yeah, I just don't have anything else to say, I'm sorry. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Goodbye.